Well, assembled guests and rowers, for the third year in a row, we will honour our girls' first eight for their victory at the head of the river. It's hard to put into words just what a milestone this hat-trick truly is, as we have only to travel back to 2010 to appreciate that the rowing landscape was dominated by others, and it seemed an impossible task to bring down a 9-year winning streak by our main rivals on the water. Back in those days, it seemed like this was an impossible dream, and racing in an 8 was just a formality and a foregone conclusion. In 2010, 4 of these young ladies who crossed the stage, Ali, Madeline, Sam and Lauren, broke that mould by winning the first 3 regattas of the season, but were ultimately relegated to second at the head of the river. But they broke the ice. They took the challenge up even though these 4 girls were only in year 9 at the time. The knock-on effect is that the entire team has never looked back since. And I now highlight athletes like Elsie Stockwell, who, as a 3-time champion in this boat, doesn't actually know what it's like to lose this race. So we've really seen quite a change in perspective all brought about by this. The boys' 8, after such an extraordinary season, I cannot help but feel has positioned itself in the same pattern. They chipped a hole in the ice, and if history can repeat itself, we'll break that dam in 2014. To this end, may I introduce the girls' first 8 head of the river champions for 2013. Bow, Samantha and Dempsey. 2-6, Georgia Ball. 3-seat, Madeline Angus. 4-seat, Ali Wilkins. 5-seat, Tony Skinner. 6-seat, Whitney Brown. 7-seat, Elsie Stockwell. Straight, Lauren Angus. And the Fox, Alicia Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, our champion girls first grade. I might just ask Lauren Angus to come back on the stage for me. She doesn't know about this. I do have one last special presentation I'd like to make, and we all have our little prep talks before we go on races and stuff, and I just said, my goodness, Lauren, if you can pull this off, I'll do something. As our team has grown and more seniors have continued on, the less we, as the team's grown, back in the days when you started, year 9, being in that 8 was what we did with fill boats. Yeah. But as our team has grown and we see all these seniors staying on, it's going to become less and less likely that someone will ever pull off the feat that Lauren has done. And I cast my mind back to when we first put you in the stroke seat. It was just an experiment. We tossed the whole boat around, put Lauren in the stroke seat, and I found it was instant. I just spotted something extraordinary about how she rode and how she did that job. And we haven't looked back, so I'd like to extend to you a special award, which, if I may grab that. This is to Lauren, who has been the stroke of the head of the river champion, girls first 8, 2011, 2012, 2013.
Congratulations to those girls first 8. I'd now like to invite our rowing captains, Connie Mackay and Ali Wilkins, to deliver the vote of thanks. To please welcome the two rowing captains.
Good evening, Mr. Fairley, Corby, senior staff members, parents, coaches, and my fellow rowers. Well, what a year it's been.
We've had plenty of highs, including the girls completing their extraordinary three-peat after having dominated the girls' 8 race for 3 years in a row. I must say that it has been an absolute pleasure rowing with you girls, and I am so proud of how far we've come over the years. As much as we love those burpees, or the excitement we feel when we see that dreaded email from Corby informing us of our next 2K ergo, I've noticed that no matter how hard the task, we always manage to pull through as a team. From our fun-filled gym sessions with Brent, including Pink Mondays, to those not-so-cheery mornings, the efforts you've put in to make the 8 the best it possibly can be is amazing, and I couldn't thank you enough for making this such a fantastic year. I'm so very proud of you all, and I can honestly say that I couldn't have asked for a better group of remarkable girls to row with.
And also some lows, including the boys' 8 falling at the final hurdle, just missing out on what would certainly have been a truly historical win. Even though we just missed out, boys, I never thought at this time 12 months ago that we could ever beat Cathedral, and look what we did at our own home gala. I, along with all of the coaches, am extremely proud of your efforts, as should you be, as usual.
But this night isn't just about the 8s. It's about every rower sitting here in the gym tonight, and all of the contributions, no matter how great or small, you have made this year. As captains, we thank you for everything you have done to help us and the team overall.
After 5 long years of early cold mornings, it has finally come to an end for the Year 12 rowers. It all started back in 2009, Year 8, when I began because I had the choice of rowing or swimming. Who would have thought I would have ended up doing both anyways? We started with only 5 people in this room. Myself, Dan Porteous, the Angus twins, Maddie and Lauren, and Sam Dempsey. 2009 was a completely different time. Trading out of the JCU shed instead of the fantastic Riverway shed we now have the privilege of working out of. Also back then, Dan was the king of the single, beating every grade 8 boy in the program. Oh, how times have changed. Then came Year 9, where Ali came along to join us, and we all got our first chance to row in the boys and girls 8s. I even enjoyed it so much I decided to give the girls 8 a go, coaxing them through to the head of the river, believe it or not. This was also the year of the most eventful stage trip ever, with some regarding it as the worst stage trip ever, with memories including having to sleep in the same bed as my doubles partner, Kurt Stokely, when we both hated each other after losing the state final by .42 of a second. Or Wesley Lee, our past brother, doing all sorts of disgraceful things, which unfortunately I cannot mention.
Year 10 was a year of ups. It was the first year the girls' 8 had won for a long time, which was certainly the greatest highlight of that year, along with many other unforgettable memories, including the beginning of many treasurable friendships. We continued into 2012, the girls winning for a second time, and finally we arrived here in 2013 with 75 rowers and no idea what to expect. All I can say is that it has undeniably been one of the best seasons grammar rowing has ever seen. In addition, there has also been some of the greatest memories with the girls and boys of this team, including our predominant focus on increasing bicep size, locking Elsie in a cage at CQ,
every single word that leaves David Mack's mouth, and writing a song including the male members of the team, which also cannot be mentioned here tonight. As I have my final rowing session tomorrow before heading off, I will definitely reflect on all of these memories over my time in this amazing sport, along with the lifelong friendships I have formed with the people in this room that I have been with for up to 5 years.
There are many people we have to thank for keeping the TGS rowing team going strong this year. Firstly, we would like to extend a massive thank you to our bus driver Phil for getting us to and from sessions every day. Secondly, we need to extend a sincere thank thank you to the behind-the-scenes work of Mrs. Simmons and Mr. Raven for everything they have done to keep everything running smooth without our knowing, so that all we have to worry about is rowing.
Next to the coaches, John, Brent, Beck, Therese, Sophie and Joe. A big thank you to you guys for everything you have done for us in this sport, helping us constantly better our best and achieve everything we want to achieve, and smashing us at training constantly. Next, we would like to thank Mr. Fairley for his ongoing support of the program. Without him, we would not have the amazing boats or equipment we need to train and compete, so thank you.
Lastly, there are two main thank yous for some people that have made this program and our rowing careers the way that they have been. Firstly, to those who have parents, we would like to thank you who have dealt with the endless mood swings, tiredness, illness, injuries, complaints, early mornings and whining from us in the last 5 years. Look forward to it, grade 8 parents. It is definitely a challenge. We thank you for your endless support and love you all the more for it.
Finally, Colby, the man that controls it all. He is known as the guy with undoubtedly the world's biggest calf muscles, but also as the happiest and scariest person I know. I've never been more scared than when I hobbled into his office on crutches 5 days before Head of the River. We have all dreamed of what Colby might do to us with his calves if we ever got on his bad side, and I thought I might just experience it that day. Colby has been the greatest influence on my rowing career, and has been a fantastic role model, and is definitely one of the most helpful, cheery people you will ever meet. We thank Colby for everything he has done for us over our time in TGS rowing, and I hope all of you can experience the same influence that he has had on us, on you. As we look forward to 2014, I can see that everyone in this room is already ready and raring to go. Some advice from us: take every challenge with both hands and don't let go.
Work hard to achieve your goals and take risks to get to where you want to be. After all, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Thank you for this season and good luck with next year and the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor and Ali. They've been wonderful role models, I think, for this group, and I'm sure they're highly respected by their peers, and they certainly are by the staff that are involved in the sport. I think what I've noticed over the last couple of years with rowing is that people who take on that captaincy role, they do put the group first, and it's that selfless nature that really makes it work, and you guys have done a wonderful job doing exactly that. So once again, round of applause for our captains. That brings this evening to a close. Thank you very much for your attendance and your ongoing support with rowing. Congratulations on a great season.